So I'm Reverend Laura. Nice to be here. I always like to have a title, though I tend to towards those kind of long titles, in which our heroine goes on this journey and ends up here. So the title of this sermon is Playing Our Unique and Important Roles in the Grand Pattern of Creation. So I communicate with lots of people every week, friends and my psychotherapy clients. And I hear lots of variations on the theme of concern about how to respond to the current political events that are producing fear and pain for so many people. It is in this circumstance that our spiritual awareness brings us great relief from fear and worry. We know that everything is part of the great unity, the oneness that we call God. So we can trust that when we play our part with love, it amplifies the loving parts that are being played by other souls who are also doing their best to amplify love within the great unity. I have confidence that our best response is to share each of our unique gifts, to make a commitment to engage with life as the best version of ourselves that we are called to be. So you've heard me speak often enough to know that I have a gift of very clear inner vision and inner sight. And I have the gift of hearing Yeshua's voice extremely clearly. So one theme of his teachings through me is about how important it is that each of us plays our part in what he describes as the exquisite vibrational pattern of creation. So I went through the manuscript of the book that I'm working on and selected some passages on this theme to share with you. I find his words immeasurably reassuring that by trusting God and playing our parts, we are contributing to the great awakening of humanity. I trust his teaching that heaven and earth are becoming one state, and we each play an important role in expressing that light. Each of our journeys is unique, but it is also a universal journey from fear to love. As the obstacles to knowing love are dissolved, the love of God shines through us with greater and greater clarity and depth. Everyone's expression of love is different, and everyone's expression is beauty itself. By expressing our particular gifts, we participate in the infinite harmony of creation. I'm profoundly grateful for the part everyone plays in the story of our collective awakening. When we look at how each of our lives unfold, it becomes clear that everyone's experience is intertwined and everyone's life is a vast poetic display of power and grace. Just got to look with the right eyes to see it. So here are Yeshua's words assembled from several teachings over a few months. He says, my role is to be in charge of the atonement. This is why my name is known around the earth, Yeshua, which means God restores the awareness of love into the mind of humanity. Anytime you say my name, you are attuning yourself to my harmonics, which are attuned to the harmonics of God. Saying my name allows you to become more and more finely attuned to the harmonics of God. Please hold the awareness of the light of God coming through me into you and surrounding the earth. It comes through me not because I am higher than you, but because my role is to direct the atonement. I can see whenever any soul is ready to receive light, and immediately it goes into that person's body mind. And when another soul is ready to receive the light, it amplifies my awareness of light. Now, this might seem strange to you to hear me say, because of course I'm aware of light, and yet when you join with me, it amplifies because light is always increasing. he gave me the following teaching. He gave the following teaching to a friend who is a spiritual teacher. She had been concerned with how challenging it is to help people dissolve their obstacles to make spiritual progress. His beautiful response was to reassure her about the necessity of everyone's role. He showed me in my mind's eye a parade with this teacher and others at the head of the parade, with a whole stream of people following behind. And he said, being in the vanguard of the parade, do not forget that there cannot be a vanguard if there is not a following parade. For a parade to exist, people have to be at various points along it. Please remember that the vanguard is connected to the parade, so do not worry that they are following behind. He reassured her that the parade and the head of the parade are one. There's no distinction. It is a continual stream. Her role was to play her role and trust that other people who are drawn to this path are playing theirs. These next teachings are for anyone who is sincerely applying the principles of what we in this church call New Thought. That is, our powerful minds create our experience, so we are responsible for the effects of our thinking. And when we align our thinking with the vibration of the heart mind of God, blessings flow. He says, your role in the atonement as a family is to maintain the light so strongly that the fearful souls are held in your light. Their fear can no longer overtake the light. It is a cleansing process that humanity is going through at this time. This is why you are so very important. Everyone who is able to hold the light is called upon to do so now. It does appear to you that there is much darkness on the earth in the forms of environmental degradation and political unrest. But I'm telling you, please do not get stuck in those fears. Your roles now are to share the truth of love freely, without fear. It does, of course, take courage to step forward and be seen. Feel the collective wisdom of the Christ mind that is flowing through you. We thank you for being a mouthpiece for God's love. Every mouthpiece for God's love amplifies the vibrational level of the mind of the child of God. So we are very grateful for your willingness to take on that role. Yeshua always encourages us to practice feeling the love and light of God, the breath of God, flowing through and energizing our entire body. In this open and receptive state, we are able to receive messages from our guides who work with us. He asks us, please listen within for the messages that you are being given, each of you. You each have your own role in the atonement. Please do not be jealous of anyone else's role. Everyone has their gifts. All parts are necessary. Please do not be jealous of each other's gifts. It would be too much if each of you had every single gift, and the pattern would not come together in such beauty. You are like a mosaic, each piece fitting together, creating the most exquisite harmony of light and sound and love. This next message to one sister applies to us all. He says to her, all you have been needing is the feeling of permission to go in the direction that you've been longing to go in for quite a while. It's just a matter of shifting your awareness of who you are from the person who fulfills her responsibilities to others to a person who fulfills her responsibility to God. To another sister who was concerned about the harms caused to the natural world, he said, it might be that you are called to create a garden that is full of native flowering plants that attracts the native birds and animals and insects. Imagine if everyone created a garden where they lived with native plants. Everything would be transformed. Your role is not small. It is important. You might be called to advocate with your government, to change the laws, to invest money in renewable energy sources. As long as you are doing that with love, then that is your role. You will simply know what your role is when you are aware that you cannot help but be in love with the earth. Please join me in this image of your beautiful earth with all of the people whose minds are awakening, holding hands around the earth in a network. Each place a human soul receives the light, that light immediately connects with another light, and it creates a pattern of light connecting around the earth. Please see this in your mind's eye. When I asked Yeshua about my role, he gave me these messages. Your role in the atonement is a teacher of the Word of God. You have learned that you are one of a group called the messenger souls who bring the Word of God to humanity. This is a role you have played many times in the past. In this lifetime, you can bring my love further out into the world because humanity is ready to know that the truth is God's love. Your role will be to amplify that confidence in others. There's a part of you that has wanted to be more humble and in the shadows in this life. Your inclination has been to serve as the healer of people's minds. So you are now very skilled in that function. It is this finely attuned skill that you now bring to the next level of working with me to help heal people's minds. This next page. You are modeling courage by being willing to be my voice. You will be a beacon of light to other souls who already very much want to share the light that they feel so graced to have received. Remember, I am with you always. As you relax more and more into your role as the servant, the more you are able to allow the lightness of my love to come through. It is most important for you to rest and not push yourself in this role of the servant of God. You are doing quite well with practicing trusting that things will unfold as they are ordained. By that, I do not mean that they are carved in stone, but that as you relax into trusting God, then the beings and energies that are most helpful to you will simply appear in a beautifully coordinated dance, pattern of events and blessings. I would like to end this talk with this beautiful image that Yeshua shares with us. I wish you could see yourselves as I see. You are like shimmering jewels, always moving, always in communication, always in an exquisite pattern of light and color, colors that you do not see with the human eye. My longing is for you to know the ecstatic joy of being fully aware of your communion with each other and with God and the angels. I draw your attention to the angelic realms who are always singing around the earth. Please receive their pure vibration of love and wisdom and extend that love and wisdom down into the earth. I am conveying to you the felt image of the glowing quality of your souls. They are always shimmering. Souls are light, and light has no boundaries. It interpenetrates everything. Souls thus also have no boundaries and interpenetrate one another. As light, souls glow and shimmer, and when they join in harmony, an exquisite moving pattern of color and sound and dance emerges. See if you can see it. out of the corner of your eye, or in the center of your mind, or in your heart. This ever shimmering pattern, light, that is always in communication with itself. When you can see this pattern, you will know that you are all of it. It is not that you have one spot in the pattern, but that you are simultaneously in one spot and all of it. You are all the all in all. Now, picture this ever shimmering pattern of light and sound and music and sweetness and tenderness. Picture it holding the earth, this ever shimmering beauty and harmony. Hold the earth in tenderness of your love for her. Practice seeing all of her wounds being healed, all of her injuries being knit back together, all of the toxins being transmuted into love, all spots on the earth in communication with all other spots on the earth and under the sea and in the atmosphere. All one, all in motion, never ceasing celebration of the power of God. It is my deepest wish that all of humanity will know the ecstasy of the awareness of union with God, and I will never leave you until no sheep have been left behind. I feel a great peace in trusting myself to play the part given to me in this grand symphonic drama, the collective process of humanity awakening and coming to abide in the Christ consciousness. How wonderful I imagine that will be. In a unified field of awareness, all would be transparent, no hidden agendas, no controlling. Everyone would be encouraged to express their own flavor of creativity, and no one would need to win or be right. Then we will see reality as it is, love that expresses as an endlessly moving pattern of vibration that includes all aspects of creation, that are simultaneously self-aware and in communication with all. There will be no thought of separation, only full awareness of being, which is the being of God. This is the new creation, and so it is, and amen.